Guys, you know what's the difference between a rich guy, poor guy? They both have choices. The poor guy and the rich guy. The only difference is the amount of options they have. So, the rich guy can be monitored by the Matrix on Hawaii while you are sitting in your shithouse. That's the only thing that I can see that's different. Think about it. Hi guys. Today I'm just going to talk a little bit what I think when I say escape the ordinary. So everything around this whole podcast is about how you can become extraordinary and to escape that pit, to know what is the matrix and so on. But nevertheless, I didn't say what happens once you jump out of that pit. The matrix doesn't disappear. The matrix is still there, but you realize that the matrix is there, but you have more choices because you have more money and so on. And basically, you have the possibility to make your life easy, nice for you, and that's it. You can live a very beautiful, long, and nice life and enjoying that life. That's the only difference. You will not get rid of the matrix, especially you will not be able to fight the matrix or remove the matrix. So it's a club, a special club. You can either join the club or you can live under the influence and the control of that club. But you can live a very, very good life. That's the only difference. While you're in the pit, you either don't have options or you have very limited options. Once you're outside of the pit, you understand what's going on around you and you use those other options that you gain while you're outside of the pit to make your life easier, better, nicer, and so on. And that's the goal. Or you will join the matrix and be a piece of shit like everybody else in that club. But, and I want to just show you that the matrix has full control of basically everything in your life. It doesn't matter how many options you have, either you're in the pit or outside of the pit, the matrix, they thought about everything. They know the outcome of every option that's on your disposal. So they control the number of options, what you can do, what you can take, and whatever option you take, it's fully controlled set of steps, basically that they will profit on. So they will have the benefits from every option that you take. That's the whole game, because they are in control of everything. And that's basically it. So that's the life. And I will show you. I written down some few things that I want to share with you. Let's say the easiest and most visual option that you have if you're going to vote for someone. So you have a election, it's election year, and there is a vote. Regardless for who you vote for either one party or another. Those people are established and put in place by the matrix. It doesn't matter if A win or party B wins, it doesn't matter. They are both established and influenced by the matrix. So it's this false sense of freedom. You have the freedom, but basically you don't have the freedom because every choice you make, it's already defined, and we know, and the matrix knows what they will do either if party A wins or party B wins. So you think that you're in control, but you're not basically in control. There is no option C. Then, let's say diseases, health system, medical system. We are paying taxes. Those taxes are going to different kind of researchers, into laboratories. Those laboratories are producing and creating different kinds of new diseases, and at the same time, they are creating the cure for the new disease. So if you get this new disease, then you will have to go to the hospital, then you will spend money on health insurance, this or that, on different kind of, I don't know, systematic, I don't know, you'll go take an MR scan, you'll go and take the PET scan, or I don't know what, and everything costs. And you will pay money. The Matrix wins. And at the same time, they're producing, and they already have developed the cure that you will have to pay to get rid of the disease that they invented. So they are in control both ways. Then, money. Okay, you have money and you're holding money in your hand, and you think that you have the liberty or to do whatever you want, so that you are in control of your money, so you have the freedom to do whatever you want with it. But basically, if you spend the money, then you're taxed, and those taxes and everything, they're under control, they're monitored, the transactions are monitored by the Matrix. They win. If you spend money, they win. If you don't spend money, then they print money, and then you lose the value of the money. Basically the same thing as tax. So you are penalized for not spending your money. You understand me? So you have the freedom of spending or not spending the money. If you spend the money, you're taxed. The Matrix is getting more and more control. They benefit from it. If you don't spend your money, the same thing happens. Then, if you decide to put it in a bank, okay, maybe you get some interest because you have deposit your money to the bank. But guess what? Who is in charge of banks? The Matrix. Again, the Matrix is in charge of banks, because those banks will take your money, they will put it somewhere on the market, somewhere, I don't know, in this financial markets, in stocks, real estates, here and there, crypto, I don't know where, and they will earn money. So they will benefit from you. They will earn from you, from your money. So in each of those three, let's say, cases, maybe you have 10 options what to do with your money. In every option that you have, and that you will take, and you think it's freedom because you choose it, don't be fooled. It's false sense of freedom. Everything is under control, and every outcome of those options are also under control. Then, let's say this is something from my domain. In IT, let's say you have an application, and they say, okay, in 1 year from now, you will have to use a certificate in order to use that application. What do you think? Who is in charge of producing and creating those certificates and issuing those certificates? Basically, it's a company that's under control of the Matrix. So Matrix wins if you buy the certificate. If you don't buy the certificate and they say, okay, you don't have to use it, but then they will make those other options not safe. Basically, if you go with the old way, they are already thinking about putting a cyber attack in place, and they already have the code for the cyber attack that will attack you and your, I don't know, wallet, your account, and you will lose, I don't know, 10% of your funds on that wallet. And then you will say, okay, maybe I should buy certificate because it's more safe. So you understand, if you go with the certificate, you're under control of the Matrix. If you don't go, they will make you buy a certificate to be under control. Why? Because they want control. You understand me? So it's a false sense of freedom, of option, that you choose, that you decide. I decided not to buy a certificate. Okay, but then you have to face the consequences of that. And at the end, they will get what they want. Everybody will move to the certificate. At the end, they will sell the certificate will last for 1 or 2 years, and you will have to renew and buy a new one. So if you buy a certificate, they earn money. If you don't buy it, they will attack you because it's already planned. You will lose money, they will get, so the matrix will win. After that, you will buy a certificate, so it's double win. You understand me? It's a full sense of control that you have. So why is all that? Because the matrix goal is to control. The control's goal is to be in power, meaning that you have the lack of freedom. Maybe you have the illusion of having and that's the funny part of the matrix. They want to control everything. They want to strip down all the freedom from you, but make you think that you have all the freedom in your life, all the freedom in the world. That's the funny part. So they put these pink glasses and they put this false sense of illusion, and then they control you. Do you see what's happening in the world? Everything is digitalized. Your money will be digitalized. Everything will be monitored. There are cameras on every corner. You don't have the privacy anymore. While they don't care about your naked ass, they don't care about that, to see you in shower or showering. That's not why did they put everything, they monitor everything. They put it to have full control of you and full control of your options, whatever they are, and whatever decision that you make, that they are control of that decision and the outcome of those decisions, and that they gain and benefit from everything. So to have more control, more power, more surveillance, and so on. That's the name of the game. So Matrix, they want to be in full control over you, over your life, over your decisions, to put you in a box of decisions, to make this false sense of freedom. So they are full control of everything on this earth. And when I say you have to jump out from the pit, it means that there's nothing different. If you're ordinary in the pit, then you have 2 to 3 choices maybe. If you jump from out of the pit, then maybe you have 20 choices. But all of those choices are under matrix control. So you could either join the matrix and be in this club, or if you're outside of the matrix and you understand the matrix exists, the only reason why you should jump out of the pit is to have more of these choices, and then you can at least have better life for yourself. Maybe better healthcare, you can live longer, better, happier, travel wherever you want, but you understand me. All of the choices that you can think of, what will you do once you're outside of the pit? Will you travel? Will you buy a new sports car of this or that? Everything, those are options, and you make decisions, and in every decision that you make, in every option that you take, the matrix will get money, they will benefit, they will have information, more information about you, they will create let's say a broader and more comprehensive profile about you. They will know what you love, what you like, where do you go, and so on. So they will target specifically things for you so that you buy more, so you think that you decided, but no, they have put in front of you the decisions that you're more inclined to, so that there is a greater chance that you will buy those specific things, and so on. So you're fully under control. You live a great life, but everything is under control. And that's the reason why they are putting everything around us. They are monitoring. They want to digitalize everything, your applications, what you use, how much money do you have, where do you spend your money, and so on, because they want to have the full control of your choices. So they will give you more choices, so you will think that you are more free, the illusion of freedom. But to create those more choices, they have to realize who you are, they have to monitor you. And then, if they are controlling every outcome of every decision that you have on your disposal, then they are in full control of your life. Full control of your life. And that's it, guys. That's the whole game. You have the Matrix that wants to control every bit of yours and mine's life. And everybody else on this earth. That's the name of the game. So why, at the end, why should you jump out of the pit? Because then you have more choices, all under Matrix control, but your life will be way better. And that's it, guys. You can either love it or not, it doesn't matter. It is like it is. So now you know why you should escape the ordinary. Bye, guys.